Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to Wake Up Charlotte to Go. This morning we're talking about meetings.
Meetings.
Yeah. Does your boss, do you think, require too many meetings?
Our boss or your boss?
In general, generic boss. No names mentioned, Larry Sprinkle. Yeah, because, listen, according to the Wall Street Journal at least, workplaces are embracing 15-minute meetings.
So companies are doing away with the 30-minute to hour-long meetings. Studies actually show that can throw off employees' workflow, making them less productive. So if you're someone who is jumping on board, here are some quick tips. Keep the circle of people in the meeting tight. Who really needs to be there? And make sure you stay on topic.
A couple other tips. Send reading materials ahead of the meeting so everybody comes prepared. I love that. A meeting's not here to educate everybody and bring them all up to speed. Do that before the meeting. Also, they recommend use the what, why, what method. What are the issues being discussed? Why are you having a meeting? And what's the best outcome?
Nice.
This sounds like a dream to me.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people have you heard after a meeting say that could have been an email?
Totally.
There's T-shirts, bumper stickers, there's a bunch of for that, yeah.
I think this could be a game changer because also the Wall Street Journal report goes into the fact that this also saves company money, like a lot of money, because it's just time better spent where people are producing and not meeting, and that there's actually a bottom line factor as well. I think it's across the board. Like last week when we talked about the 4-day work week, I think we are just doing these things because they've always been done.
Right.
And it's like
let's change it up.
We have all these new things in place that make workplaces more effective, whether it's AI more recently or other things.
Be concise.
And yes, and we're having these forever meetings that nobody can pay attention to. Nobody cares, and people are falling asleep. But I think it's on all of us.
There's always one verbose person who just wants. I want to impress everybody here, and they just talk and talk
and talk.
It's like the adult version of teacher forgot to give us homework, or that does anyone have any questions? And everyone's like, don't ask any questions. This meeting's going to be over. It's always that one person. I've also been that person sometimes. So
I think all of us here in this job, we have probably been that person in class or in a meeting.
Totally. So then, what do you think would make it? Do you think 15-minute would make a difference?
Absolutely. Because I feel like there's been more meetings since the pandemic.
But what about people whose jobs they have like brainstorm meetings?
I was about to say, because
what
they
are
need
we
accomplishing in 15 minutes? I think that is the main question here. Like, is a 15-minute update, that's appropriate. 15 minutes to like come up with a strategic plan, I mean...
That's not going to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course, none of us are in management, so
That's right.
We're speaking out of turn. I don't know, but, managers maybe ought to have this discussion. All managers.
Yeah.
Yeah, every company.
All of them. Everybody.
I think you're right about it. I think it's gotten worse because of the pandemic, because not everybody's in the office at the same time, and so you're having more meetings to catch people up. I personally think, for one, I think bosses could cut back on the meetings, yes, but I also feel like when we have a meeting and people come in and they're like, I'll be honest, I don't know what we're talking about, or this, I have no clue, I didn't read this, or I didn't. That is only making it longer. That is only making the meeting longer. Your lack of preparation is only making it harder for the rest of us to get through this meeting. And so I think it's incumbent upon bosses for sure, but also employees to
be up to speed.
Be prepared.
Read your emails.
Melissa says, I try to keep meetings short and only attend the ones that pertain to me. Yeah, that's number one on that list is who are you inviting?
I do think a lot of bosses will send out emails in hopes that they can touch on certain things in meetings, but then they have more meetings and longer meetings because people aren't reading their emails.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have like an age-old issue with email, because I can tell you right now, I've been deleting my emails for like a week, and there's legitimately 6,030-something emails that I had to trash. So can we, if we can apply efficiency to the emails as well, because 6,000 emails over the course of...
Well, you're in news too, so you get emails from like PR people, even you can't like unsubscribe. It's just, which is fine. We love our PR people, but I find that on my personal email too. Like I will try to...
We love some of our PR people. Let's be honest. Some spam us.
I will try to unsubscribe from something,
and it keeps popping up?
or it's like do they give my email to like some other group?
Yeah.
Because I buy my kids a pair of jeans, and then all of a sudden I'm getting all these emails. Or
I'm glad there's Clutter, because Clutter just takes all that and just puts it over there.
Oh, the actual
Clutter file.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That helps a lot.
My personal doesn't do that though. I need to figure that out. On my work, it does though.
I remember we had an email discussion about numbers. Ben, do you have your Gmail number?
Well, here's my work: 23,082.
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
Gmail, I have to look and see on my phone. So.
I try to. I'm pretty good. I was trying to do that earlier, but.
You just have to check it regularly. Then it just, then you.
I have 1,152 unread, but some of them I leave highlighted because I think I need to go back to them.
You never go back.
You never go back. It is so bad. But then, Brad and Fred used to tell me, they said, when you go on vacation, they said, we just come back and we delete everything.
Yeah.
I said, how do you delete it? They said, well, if it's important, they'll email me again.
That's what I
I'm like,
to do.
oh my goodness.
That's scary.
It is. Maybe I shouldn't have said that on this thing.
I'm still stuck on 23,000. It was 3,000.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite blooper ever is we were chatting about this after story one time. You were in the newsroom when I was at this when we were in the pandemic, and you asked me what my email account was, and I told you live on air, and you audibly gasped. You're like, "Oh my God!"
It was so traumatic. I blocked it from my memory.
It's actually really funny if you go back and watch it.
Did you save it?
I made a TikTok on it.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah, I'll find it.
Oh, fun! I literally. I have mom brain right now.
You
I can't even remember.
full on panic takes over. You're like, "Ben, what?" Like full on panic.
John Kelly says makes sense, as the average adult attention span is about 15 minutes. Look at TV ads; they are now under 30 seconds to retain the attention span of their target market. So it'll be interesting too as kids get older, because people say, like, my kids with games and apps and social media, their attention span is so short.
Yeah.
It is.
And so, like,
Who
my
pays
son's
attention to meetings? Because you see so many people on their phone, clandestinely looking.
Oh,
down the phone.
totally.
No one pays attention.
Yeah.
That's the other problem.
Especially if it's a Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
But my son's doctor even said that they have seen with kids, because they're looking at apps or playing games, like boys especially have less attention span to like actually sit down and watch a movie like we used to, because we didn't have the option of playing. Yeah. I mean, I guess we had Nintendo when we were in high school or something. I don't remember. But so it'll be interesting as this group gets older. How are they going to handle meetings?
I know.
You know?
Totally.
They won't.
Less meetings.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, we need to have a meeting about what we talked about today.
Yeah.
Can we do that after this is over?
As long as it's 15 minutes or less.
Knowing
That's
a
right.
lot of people, a bunch of different careers, that some people literally are stuck in a meeting about a potential meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes
yeah.
it's like a
We
chain.
didn't have a meeting.
Yeah, a meeting about this meeting, which, by the way, we're going to talk about that meeting.
Yeah.
So,
We need the TikTok
Well, they have
version
a whole
of the
they have a
meeting.
whole terminology of
Short
like
and concise.
like let's take this in the sandbox or the parking lot. There's a whole corporate lingo about like.
Oh, I know. I've had friends who've left news and they go to corporate and they're like, in those meetings, they use so much slang and terminology that the average person wouldn't know. It's not that you're not capable of that job, but because you haven't been in the corporate world.
It's these buzzwords that.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
I mean, we even had it when corporate came here. We were like, what does that word mean?
We'd have an interpreter.
We did. All right, folks, chime in. Let us know. We'll see you back here tomorrow for another edition of Wake Up Charlotte to Go.
Bye, everybody.
We have a meeting. I want to talk.
Let's meet.